Yo, 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 yo. What up, what up, what up, what up, people? Welcome back to another edition of Mike on Sports. I am your host. I go by the name of Mike Gross, man. Big ups to that 501 and that 317, man. Hopefully everybody out there doing good, man. I know there's a lot of shit going on out here in the world and shit, man. And we're going to touch on that briefly, you know what I'm saying, before we get into our topics. But Errol Spence Jr., Errol Spence, EJ, Big EJ. He sat down with Brian Custer on the Last Stand podcast, and they talked about a variety of things from the car accident to Daddy Garcia to Manny Pacquiao, Canelo, Terence Crawford, Keith Thurman, coronavirus. They talked about it all. But before we get into that, let me go ahead because y'all know what I do, y'all know where I'm from, and y'all know what I'm about. With that being said, Mike, drop that beat on them. Yes, sir. Yo, yo, what up, the Famous Corner? What up, Derek Webster? What up, Don Banks? What's good, baby? We live in 5. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get lit at 6. Coming live and direct, so give me all my respect, motherfuckers. Yes, sir. Welcome back to Mike on Sports. I know it's been a while. We ain't talked boxing since Friday, but wasn't much to talk about. I know I did a little UFC live fight chat last night. Tyron Willie got his ass kicked on, so I hope you guys check that out. But before we touch on this Errol Spence topic, before we talk about this Errol Spence shit, man, let's go ahead and get into what's really going on in the world. Now, look, man, I know people out here are have some different opinions about the protesting and protesters and all that shit. Look, man, I'm gonna tell you one thing because I posted it on my social media last night. One of my favorite movies of all time, V for Vendetta, and how a lot of the things that were going on in that movie are pretty much playing out like right before our eyes. And I seen somebody comment under my post, and it was like, "So, you guys gonna blow up the White House, or you guys gonna tear down the country?" No, 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 no. You guys are looking at it from the wrong perspective. Now, look, it's easy to watch the news and to get misinformed about what's really going on out on those streets. You know what I'm saying? People are hurting, and I know we seeing buildings burned down. I know we seeing stores looted, and people are upset by that. You know what I'm saying? I really don't give a damn. To be honest, I'm just let that be clear. I really don't give a damn how you feel. Like, honestly, when if that's your issue, with the people looting and rioting and destroying property, if that's your issue, ask yourself why. What is the cause of them doing that? I can't get mad. I cannot get mad at cancer. Just being real with y'all. I'm trying to be as unjoku boy as possible. I can't get mad at cancer and blame cancer if I contract it because I know the cause of what I've been putting in my body. I know the cause. I can stop at any time. I can stop and try to put my best foot forward. But when it's been decades and decades and centuries of the same shit, sooner or later people are gonna get tired of that shit, man. Sooner or later people of my skin color, black, brown, Hispanic, whatever you want to call it, are gonna get fed up with that shit. And that's what we're seeing now going across the country, man. The cause of people seeing people executed on camera. That's it. People are upset by the cause, not the effect. It's always about the cause. Not because the effect. The effect is just a a I don't even know the fucking word, but it's a cause. You know what I'm saying? It's the action or the whatever of the cause. And at the end of the day, man, if there ain't no change, if there ain't no change, this shit will continue to happen. I'm gonna take y'all back. I'm gonna take y'all back because this country is built on riding with what you don't understand. I'm gonna give all y'all a history lesson. You know what I'm saying? I went to college for a little bit, did my thing, got a degree. So I'm gonna give y'all a little history lesson real quick. I don't know what year it was, but I know growing up in school, one thing we always heard was no taxation without representation. No taxation without representation. And this one from the black folks. These are for the forefathers, from the people that left England, the pilgrims that came over to America and settled and ravaged the fucking country of the Native Americans. But we ain't talking about that right now. They went to the docks where the British sent all the supplies, and they burnt that shit up. They threw that shit in the river. They kicked that shit out. They really put in motion the Revolutionary War. Because why? Why did that happen? Why did that happen? Because they were fed the fuck up. You see how everything comes back full circle? When you are fed the fuck up with something, when you can't take no more of something, you are going to lash out. You are going to see the pain. See the pain. And honestly, if you want to be 100, keep it 1,000 with it. Y'all seen the videos. The motherfuckers that's vandalizing, that's busting windows. A lot of them ain't black. A lot of them got on this all black shit, and they're Caucasian. Antifa, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Whatever the fuck you want to call them. They out there really setting shit up. You got undercovers out there really and provoking people and shit. Come on, man. We live in America, man. We live in America, which is, if I have to say, I mean, it is the greatest country in the world. It is the greatest country in the world, but at the same time, it still has its flaws, and it hasn't for 400 years learned how to treat Black Americans. For 400 years, it still not has learned how to treat Black Americans. And that's my biggest issue, man. Fuck the buildings. That can be replaced. That shit can be replaced. They got insurance, man. Please. They got insurance. All that shit can be replaced. A man's life can be replaced. The pain that you feel inside for that man, George Floyd, that ain't going nowhere no time soon, ladies and gentlemen. That ain't going nowhere no time soon. People in this world, and it's not just in America, it's going on all over. People are banding together and saying, no, we won't have this no more. We won't stand for this no more. I love my brothers and sisters. I love all human beings. Besides the racists, the bigots, and the homophobics. Besides that, I love everybody. But it is what it is, man. I'm not a politician. I'm not an activist. I'm just a guy sitting back with his perspective on things, and what I'm seeing right now, I really don't know how to feel. I really don't know how to feel, man. Because fuck being numb to it. The shit is enraging when you see a guy lose his life the way George Floyd lost his life, or the way that Philando Castillo lost his life. You know what I'm saying? Or the way Oscar Grant lost his life. the way Tamir Rice lost his life. That's what I'm most saddened by. It ain't the buildings. It ain't the protest. It ain't the motherfucking shit that's getting set on fire. All that shit is materialistic shit that can be replaced down the line. People's lives cannot be, and that's what we have to really understand as a nation and as a world. If these guys aren't gonna get better at doing their jobs, then it's gonna be hell to pay. With that being said, welcome back to Mike on Sports, baby. What's going on? What's going on, baby? We here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bob. And guess what happened? Guess what happened, man? Errol Spence Jr., the truth, had about an hour interview, and big ups to my guy Ron Goodall and my guy Junior S for sending me the video. You know what I'm saying? For sending me the link to the video. Errol Spence Jr. sat down with the man from Showtime Boxing. The man from Showtime Boxing. Brian Custer. Hey, AI, man, I gotta speak on it, bro. If I don't do my part and speak up and just be silent, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel right inside. You know what I'm saying? I know I got a small platform. It's not as big as everybody else's, you know what I'm saying? But I still feel like I gotta say something, you know what I'm saying? My words may not be heard until five years later. But long as they get heard, man. Long as they get heard, I'm not mad at it. All right, my guy, see Perceptions Music. I'm putting it in the chat right now, big dog. I'm putting it in the chat right now for you. So if you guys want to watch the Errol Spence interview with Brian Custer, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting it in the chat right now. So hopefully you guys will watch it after my show, you know what I'm saying? Don't watch it before now. Shit. I need all the watch time that I can get. But anyway, oh man, Young Pork Chop, damn, I didn't know that. Yeah, Errol Spence sat down with Showtime commentator, Showtime host Brian Custer. Yes, Jonathan Sims. I totally agree with you, brother. And I didn't even know Brian Custer had a podcast. You know what I'm saying? The Last Stand podcast with Brian Custer, unfiltered, straight talk from your favorite celebrity. So if you guys want to go subscribe to his channel, please go ahead and do so. They did say Terence Crawford is coming on in the near future, so hopefully we can get that thing too. But they talked about a lot of stuff. They went from talking about what happened with Errol Spence and the car accident. So that's what we're going to start off at. One thing that was I don't even want to say shocking, because if you know me and you know my story, then you know I've been in a car accident too. But it was kind of what's the word I'm looking for? It was intuitive. You know what I'm saying? Like not intuitive. That's the wrong word. It made me reminisce a little bit, because one thing that Errol Spence said in that interview is he don't really remember the car accident. He don't really remember being in the hospital. And brother, I thought I was the only one. You know what I'm saying? Because they asked me like, Mike, what happened tonight? Bruh, last thing I remember from my car accident was leaving the store, getting in the car. Last thing I remember. Swear to God. And he was like, man, he don't remember much either. He was saying that he was on so much drugs in the hospital that a lot of things just like a lot of days ran back to back. A lot of things just ran together. And I'm here to tell you, man, like that is totally true. When I was in the hospital, man, they had me on morphine. And when you're on morphine, man, you're pretty much out of it. You're conscious for like 5-10 minutes at a time, and you sleeping 6-7 hours at a time. So I'm not shocked that he really doesn't remember anything from the accident. What I am shocked was by his honesty, his honesty in that interview. He was like, man, when I was when I went home and I was laying up in my bed and I was feeling all those aching pains and I was trying to go back to the hospital to get some more drugs. You know what I'm saying? So and he was just being facetious, of course. But one thing that he did say is he thought about his boxing career when he was laid up. He had doubts in his mind because just from the car wreck and the way he was feeling and all the aches and pains, he wasn't sure that he could possibly be the same Errol Spence that he once was. And we all go through that. If you had anything tragic happen to you or any kind of thing on that level happen to you, then definitely you definitely go through those thoughts in your mind. Uh, I'm not gonna be the same person, or people gonna look at me different, and the biggest thing that I took away was um pretty much the apology that he gave to his daughters. You know what I'm saying? For being irresponsible. And that takes a lot, you know what I'm saying, for a father, you know what I'm saying, to look at himself and really be critical of himself in that way. So and don't get it misconstrued. I see smart money out there saying the truth, the number one welterweight in the world. He might be, but I have a different opinion about that. But the difference of my opinion, do not get it twisted at one point or another. I'm a Errol Spence fan. I want to see the guy back in the ring in best to the best of his ability, back to the best of his ability. And I like Errol Spence. I like Errol Spence since I've fucking started watching boxing. So it is what it is. But one thing that Earl has to start doing, which was alarming to me. If you're gonna fight Danny Garcia somewhere in October, November area, or September, October area, and you can't spar to August, that was kind of because I was thinking that because previously he said on All the Smoke that he could box. He started boxing like in July. You know what I'm saying? June, July. July, the end of July. And now it seems like it's like August, September. He told Brian Custer, Coca-Cola. And that gives me a little bit cause to pause for a second. Because he made it clear on this interview, I do not want any fucking tune-ups. He ain't said it like that, but pretty much that was his sentiment. And with that being said, looking at Danny Garcia is, I might have to give Danny Garcia a little bit more credit than what I've been giving him, just because of the way Errol Spence is going into the Danny Garcia fight. If he cannot spar until August, September, and he plan on fighting Danny Garcia in November or October, November, I'm not sure I really like that. I'm not sure I really like that right there, man. I don't know. I think you have to be in the gym sharpening up your tools. I think if you wait to the last minute, then it's gonna be, it might be a more action fight than I expected it to be. But yeah, man, he was asked about Danny Garcia, and he said that's pretty much the next fight for him. That's pretty much what he's been told. And if he had his choice, he'll be fighting Danny Garcia, Manny Pacquiao, and then Terence Crawford. And Brian Custer asked him, like, Earl, what was the toughest fight of your career thus far? And I thought he was gonna say Sean Porter. Then I kind of go back because I always say the Kell Brook and Errol Spence fight was a very, 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 very good fight. and he gave Kell Brook his credit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say he gave it his full credit because he was like, I was on a long layoff. I went over to England and all this shit. But at the same time, Kell Brook is a Kell Brook fight was fucking epic, man. That was a good ass fight, bro. I advise y'all if you haven't watched it in a while, go back and watch that Kell Brook and Errol Spence fight, man. I'm telling you, that's a fight that lives up to the billing. Definitely lives up to the billing. But he was like, yes, Kell Brook was my toughest opponent to date. And he asked Brian Custer also asked what was your most dominant performance. And I was thinking about the Lamont Peterson, you know what I'm saying? Because I really don't count Mikey. I knew that was going to happen, you know what I'm saying? But the way he did Lamont Peterson, he pretty much beat up Lamont, and he was styling and profiling in the ring, he was moving, showing different levels and shit. So I thought he was going to say that, but he stuck with Mikey Garcia, and he was just saying like one thing that Errol Spence said in that interview that kind of stood out to me is prior to the accident, he wasn't taking the life outside of training camp the way he should have been taking it. When he got into training camp, he worked hard, you know what I'm saying, hard worker, all that kind of shit. Now, Jonathan Sim, he did not. Go back and watch the fight. You probably only watched it one time. But anyway, he was saying that the things that he was doing prior to those fights outside of the ring, outside of training camp, wasn't indicative of him being a winner. You know what I'm saying? Or wasn't going to be a winner. You know what I'm saying? So he changed up a lot of things, and it just seems like the car accident had a positive effect on Errol Spence at the end of the day. He seems like he's more motivated. He's been watching all the little YouTube channels, all the guys talking shit. He said sometimes guys get disrespectful and they kind of get under his skin. He kind of get agitated a little bit. Yeah, I respect it, man. At least he's being honest about watching YouTube content and watching what the YouTube boxing YouTubers are saying about him. He was asked about Fury and Joshua. People are saying that is probably the biggest fight in the boxing landscape right now. He was asked, in his opinion, out of all the welterweights, who would be his Fury Joshua kind of fight? And he said Manny Pacquiao. He said Manny Pacquiao because we could do that over in the Saudi Arabia, or we can do that in the Philippines, where he has a country behind him. So I was disappointed with that, you know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like they don't understand, bro. People don't understand. Like, I'm telling y'all right now, if the shit happens, when it happens, he broke his eye in the sixth. Kell admitted that it was a close fight up to the fifth round, brother. I said that fight multiple times. Jonathan Sim, we agreed to disagree, brother. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You got an opinion about it, but I got my opinion is different from yours. I feel like the fight was very competitive up until the time that Kell Brook took that knee. Because if you go back in the round prior to Kell Brook taking that knee, Kell Brook was unleashing everything he had. He was trying to get a stoppage. He was trying to get a knockout, but he wasn't able to do that. But he did touch Errol Spence up a lot the round prior to him getting into his eye socket, taking that knee and shit like that. Smart Money says Spence done some real nigga shit. Came to England and went to Sheffield, Brooks' hometown, and whooped his ass. Yes, sir. Cool Breeze says, Mike, great show. Appreciate it, homie. Now, look, man, I was disappointed when he said about Manny Pacquiao being the biggest fight of his biggest fight that he sees in the welterweight division. Because I'm telling y'all now, man, I'm convinced that when Errol Spence fights Terence Crawford, it will be a very, 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 very big fight. Very big fight. Very big fight. Hey, you know what we gonna do since y'all guys out there saying Kill didn't do. You know what we're gonna do? One day next week, we gonna schedule a motherfucking a live fight chat for Kell Brook and Errol Spence, and we gonna score together. We gonna score together. You know what I'm saying? Since y'all got so many opinions about what Kell Brook didn't do and what Errol Spence did do, you guys just seem like motherfucking Errol Spence was a dominant. He just went over there and dominated Kell. I ain't see that. I ain't see that. So if y'all up for it, later on this week, I'll go live on YouTube. I'll put the Kell Brook and Errol Spence link out there for you guys to watch, and we will watch it together. We'll watch it together, and we'll score it together. And let's see how that plays out. Let's see how that plays out. But he also was asked about Terence Crawford, and he made it very, very clear he is not. he is not. He is not leaving 147 until he's able to fight Terence Crawford. He does not want to leave no stone unturned at 147. He says that in a perfect world, it will be Danny Garcia, Manny Pacquiao, Terence Crawford. Danny Garcia, Terence Crawford, Manny Pacquiao. That's what he wants. And it's good. It's good that he wants that because I want that. We all want that, right? That's the fight that we've been waiting on. That's the fight that we've been clamoring for. Hell yeah, you come on, Jonathan Sims. Jonathan Sims, I will put a link in the chat for you, my man. You know what I'm saying? Just like I always tell the people, man, if you come on my show, I'll give you one time. Just be respectful to all the other guests that I have on. If I have on guests that day, just be respectful to those guests. You know what I'm saying? If you can't do that, I can't let you back on. Spence had a little layoff. Took him a while till his time in that Brook fight didn't look great. He did have a little layoff in that fight, man. Definitely had about an 8-month that he said. Let me see what else we can talk about, man. He talked about the Terence Crawford. Talk about the sparring. Now let's move on to what he said about Keith Thurman, man. I don't know what it is between those two guys, but Errol Spence does not like Keith Thurman one bit. He said, Brian asked him, like, what's one of the boxers that you do not like, that you do not get along with? And he said Keith Thurman. He feels like he's a fake, he's a phony. He's been using his name lately in the media, but let Errol Spence tell it, he was chasing him for like 4 years, trying to get a fight. And he didn't want to fight him. Now it just seems like Keith Thurman does want to fight him. And Errol Spence is just like, man, you know, he asked him, was Keith Thurman on your already, big dog, already. I know Cash Bass got like not many people know about his channel. He only got like 200 some subs, you know what I'm saying? But I'm sure with being with Showtime and having that backing and already having the sponsor on his show, his subs will go up dramatically. Like he got one today from me, and he only got 200 subs. And I mean, he got way more views than he got subs, so you can't be mad at that. But Keith, man, Errol Spence is like he said that he doesn't plan on fighting Keith, but if it happens, then he ain't got no problem with that. And I'm of the mindset that Al Heyman is gonna give Keith that bone. I think if Errol Spence can't fight Manny Pacquiao next after he fights Danny Garcia, I think Errol Spence will be fighting Keith Thurman. I really do. I think Errol Spence probably will be fighting Keith Thurman if he cannot get that Manny Pacquiao fight next. And the reason I say that is we see it all the time with PBC. They do musical chairs. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you fight him, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I think that's what's going to happen with Errol Spence and Keith Thurman. I think that fight happens probably early 2021. And later on that year, we'll probably get Earl and Terence Crawford. But man, that's pretty much it for the interview. I don't want to spoil it too much, you know what I'm saying, for those who haven't seen it, because it's a damn good interview, man. He talk about women, you know what I'm saying, how women could be a distraction sometimes, you know what I'm saying, and how they just want some of your time and things like that. He, he he was smart, boy. Errol, you a smart man, boy. I like how you out there goddamn me moving around and shit. But yeah, man, look, I'm gonna go ahead and put the link to the StreamYard in the chat. If you got anything you want to say about Errol Spence, you can go ahead and do so now. Anything you want to add to this topic, you can go ahead and do so now. If not, we're gonna get on down and we'll be back later on the night for y'all know what time it is, man. It's almost mad in the clock, you know what I'm saying? It's almost mad in the clock. I went 0-2 last night off the rebound. Really, I went like 2-4 or something like that, like something bad record or something. But we'll get it on tonight, man, and we'll be back. So if nobody has anything they want to put in, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a couple of seconds, you know what I'm saying? But definitely go ahead and check out that podcast. If you go to the Last Stand podcast, it pops up on YouTube, and you guys can see it. You guys can subscribe to it and watch the entire video. Very good interview coming from Errol Spence Jr. I like the honesty. I like the transparency. I like the fact that he was just being real with his people. You know what I'm saying? Being real with the listeners and being real with B Custard. But yeah, man, let me go ahead and bring Jonathan Sims on right quick. He got something that he want to add on to the thing. Yeah, Jonathan Sims said Earl whooped Kell Brook ass easy. What's going on, JS, man? How you living?
What's up, family? How you doing, brother?
I can't call it, man. Take the day at a time, man. Hopefully everything going good with you.
Absolutely, man. One thing I want to say, dog, is you and not just because I'm on here, but man, you mad inspiration, dog. I've seen a lot of things in life, and I've been through some things, and for you to keep going despite some of the things you've been through is just nothing but inspiration. I've been following you since 2018, 17 when you joined TBV, because I've been watching TBV since 2012. But you're a strong brother, man, and I respect your hustle. So just know that if you ever had me represent you on anything, I would do it to the best of my ability.
Thank you, big dog, man.
But
now I'm putting a name with a face, you know what I'm saying? Because at first I knew you because I was in the chat, but I didn't know it was you, you know what I'm
saying? Understood. I kind of try to stay low key. But let's get to the business though. I'll say this in regards to the okay, that's what I was going to. Okay. I just feel like up until the 5th, 6th round, it was a close fight. It was a very, very close fight. But I feel like once the 5th, maybe 6th round, when Earl broke Kell's eye socket, it was just pretty much all Earl from that point on. Because you got to remember, it was 2 knockdowns in that fight. And I just feel like Earl just really gave it to Kell, whether it was the body work, the consistent pressure, the effective aggression, and the defense. Kell had his moments, and I think a lot of it was more of the crowd hype versus, you know what I'm saying, him actually doing something. But I just feel like from the 5th round or 6th round past that, Earl just really hit the pedal and took the fight to a whole nother level. He literally broke Kell's will.
Yeah, he definitely broke his will because that eye socket, man, he broke that first. Then he took that knee, and once a man take a knee like that, he's pretty much done. But I just gotta think, man, like if I remember how I'm remembering, man, Kell Brook had a rally after he broke his eye socket where he was just winging shots, and he was landing some of those shots that pushed Earl back to the ropes. You know what I'm saying? Like he had Earl
absolutely
on the retreat for a little while. So
absolutely. I want to say that was like the 9th or 10th round. But we talking about what, 6 rounds? We talking about 6 rounds, and I think of those 6 rounds, Earl definitely won 5 of them. So because it ended in the 11th.
Yes.
So if you give Carol
11,
you see what I'm saying? So Kel definitely had a flurry, but we'll watch it. We don't want to spoil it for the people. We'll watch it and we'll see because you got a good eye for fighting. Like I said, I judge fights off the 4 criteria: defense, effective aggression.
What day are you most likely free? Because we can do it, you know what I'm saying, in the daytime, eating time, like don't even matter to me.
Since you welcoming me as a guest, I'll be flexible to whatever works best for you.
Man, you tell me a time and I can make we can do it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like,
all right, tomorrow work for me, brother. We can do it tomorrow afternoon, anytime after like 5 p.m. Eastern time or something like that. We can watch it if that worked for you. Like I said, I'll leave my email in after the video gets uploaded to YouTube, so you can just go in the comments and pull my email.
You got you got IG?
No, I don't do social media, man. That's just one thing I never really got into, brother.
No problem, man. Just send me send me the email, man, and yeah, I'll definitely link up with you so we can get that shit done.
Absolutely. And before I go, man, I'll say this. I'm glad that he's able to look himself in the mirror, because I think we starting to look at a generation that once you tell them about themselves, they kind of get offended. So it seems like somebody done sat down and had that conversation with him, and I respect that.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's when you have a traumatic experience in your life, like you had thrown from the car 80 fucking feet, 80 yards, whatever they said it was 80 something. You gotta step back and look at yourself like, man, what the fuck am I doing?
Right.
I got in fucking palm right now. I'm gonna throw it all away for because I want to be irresponsible. I think that's the bigger thing for me. I think because after my accident, man, like it's some things that you have to look at yourself in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta look at myself every day, knowing that I fucked myself up. You know what I'm saying? That shit took me a while to get over. And for Errol Spence to be able to do that so quick, man, my hat's off to him. I'm impressed.
Hats off to both of y'all, man, because y'all put y'all kids first after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Didn't soak too long in your sorrows and just stepped up to the plate. And before I go, I agree with the Keith thing that you said, that Keith probably gonna slip in there. And I always felt like the Bud was more of a legacy fight versus a money fight. So I understand why he said Manny Pacquiao was his AJ Fury versus Bud. But if Bud can get that momentum going, that could be a fight of the decade, man. He just got to kind of do his part. But I'm kind of on the other side of, I'm not quite sure that fight really happens, because they both say the money got to be right. Like both parties are saying that.
If you go back and listen to the interview, he said it's more on the men in the suit than it is between him and
right, absolutely. And that's where the money got to be right comment comes from. And that's from both guys who said that.
Absolutely.
And I don't know. I hope I'm wrong, but I wouldn't be shocked if they don't ever fight, because quote unquote the money was never right. Because we're talking about 2 networks cross promoting. That fight got to at least do $500,000 for them to even break even, if 250 is the benchmark. I think when it's just one sided.
I'm telling y'all, I think, man, people are sleeping on how big
Bud can be. With a formidable opponent.
Both of those guys could be together, because a lot of people in the hip hop community, the urban community, two fighters.
They did do numbers with what's the brother who got the radio show with the baldy? He from South Carolina. Yeah, they both did do numbers. So hypothetically, if they was to fight when everything got back to normal, what would, like, if you could pick the venue and the pay-per-view numbers, what venue would you pick, and what would be the crowd result for the gate and the pay-per-view numbers? And I'll take that answer offline, because I'm sure somebody else is waiting in line.
Already, big dog, no problem. I thank you for hopping on. If I could, the venue would probably be either somewhere in Vegas because of the site fee, or it has to be down in Dallas, Texas, because Errol Spence just packs out so many people in that arena. And you said the venue and what the other part of it. Well, I smoke too much weed, nigga. That nigga said, what's the venue and the pay-per-view projections? With Fox and ESPN behind both of these guys, And I think Terence Crawford is a bigger name than what Fury was in the States, even though he was fighting Deontay Wilder. Yeah, man, he does know his boxing, man. He definitely does. And we're gonna see how much he know tomorrow when we do this goddamn live fight chat. But if I had to put a number on that, why not? Why not? Why not? Man, you think one thing about Terence Crawford, bro? He don't give a fuck if they fighting outside in the goddamn school parking lot. You know what I'm saying? Like he told David Jose Benavidez, you won't go outside. You can go outside. Like he'll fight to do it anywhere. So that ain't. And if the money's right, who the fuck is Terence to say he not going to Dallas, bro? They paying you, nigga, probably your the biggest payday of your career. The pay-per-view buys, I would say $1 million. I would honestly say $1 million. The way Fox is going to hype Errol Spence, the way ESPN is going to hype Terence Crawford, and if those guys have a back and forth like they had at the fucking Maurice Hooker fight, man, oh man, that's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. You call Ellie, Ellie, man, we need that footage, big dog. We need that footage that you got of Earl and Terence Crawford going back and forth. We'll pay you for it. You know what I'm saying? Man, you run that fucking promotion of Errol and Bud, nigga yapping at each other. Put that shit on a motherfucking promo. Then you could goddamn me have them on the morning sports shows. One guy do the ESPN route, the other guy do the Fox route, and then they switch it. You know what I'm saying? They switch it. They switch it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I think the fight, if it's done right, promoted right, it could get to $1 million buys. Yes. But hopefully by 2021, everything will be back to normal, and people won't mind spending like there's no way that this fight could be $100 pay-per-view. No way. Got to be $59.99 or between $59.99 to $75. It cannot be no more than $75. Period. People won't accept this shit. But like if you gonna entice me the right way. Give me a good product and make me feel like that I'm getting a deal on that product. If you're not doing that, then what the fuck are we doing? I know boxing is a going out of business sale. Every event, every fight is a going out of business sale. That they try to get as much money as they can. I get that. But at the end of the day, man, you could risk leaving some money on the table if you overprice the pay-per-view. But very good questions coming from my guy, man. Very, very, very good questions, man. But yeah, with that being said, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know my name. Y'all know what I do, and y'all know what I'm about. With that being said, shit, Mike, drop that beat on him. Yes, sir. I just want to say big ups to everybody out there in the chat. Thank y'all for supporting Mike on Sports. It really does mean a lot to me, man. I appreciate it. Until next time, peace out.